Welcome to Dixie Living Homestead. If you're new to sourdough, you will definitely want to tune in to this entire video. This week, I will be sharing with you how to feed and maintain a sourdough starter, as well as some best practices for maintaining a happy and healthy starter. Also, if you stay tuned to the end, I have a bonus pre-season garden tour just for you. You'll be able to have a sneak peek at what I've been working on outside. If you've been eager to get outdoors, I would love for you to come along.
Keeping a sourdough starter really is easy once you get the hang of it. We consider ours a pet and make sure if we're going to be gone on a long vacation that we bring it along with us. This one happens to be called Captain Jack's Spare Dough. My son thought that was fun and I did too.
Once you've used it in a recipe or removed and stored it in the refrigerator for later use, place the remaining starter on a scale and tear it out to 0 before adding flour and water by weight.
"40 grams of whole wheat flour, Next is 80 grams of organic unbleached all-purpose flour, and now I'm going to add the water.
Many so-called discard recipes call for a lot of starter, sometimes 2 cups. When cooking for a large family, this can get depleted quickly. That is why I always save my discard in the jar in the refrigerator to have on hand anytime I need it.
That was 120 grams of filtered water, and now we're just going to stir it well to combine. Just be careful to scrape up all of the sourdough starter that was left down in the jar. Scrape the sides real well. Try to stir and incorporate as much air into it as you can. It will be kind of stiff. This one is not one of my pourable ones until it has been fed and it's ready to use, and then it'll pour nicely. Clean the sides. What I like to do is transfer to a new jar every other time I make some starter or feed my starter. That way I have 2, jars. One that's clean and one that's ready to be used. And I'm just going to move the rubber band to starting point so that I see that my sourdough is ready to use. And anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, it will have doubled in size, and you know it's active and ready to raise your bread dough.
When working with sourdough starter, always let your nose be your guide and be sure to use clean utensils each time you work with it. Once the starter regularly doubles in size every 4 to 6 hours, your starter is now considered mature and ready to use in recipes. Until it is mature, you may need to rely on yeast to raise your breads. When your starter has doubled, you can either use it or place it in the refrigerator until you need it. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I will answer them right away. As always, there is a full printable recipe on the blog at dixieliving.com. Enjoy your sourdough adventures. As we head out this pleasant February morning, I can see some of the canna lilies popping up on either side of the rosemary. He also survived the winter just fine. Most of our elephant garlic was planted from rounds and corms last fall. It is finally getting some size to it. These smaller garlic are the music variety. We really love it for its flavor. We have been taking from this Mizuna Red Streaks mustard all winter long for salads. Just this week, I began to notice a peppery change in the flavor. These warm days mean it won't be enjoyable much longer. The kale and collards are enjoyed around here by the ducks and people alike. No matter how much you take, it just keeps making more. We've also had a lot of wind that has blown my stack of cardboard and mulch everywhere. This week, I was able to get 9 new blueberry bushes of different varieties planted, along with my goji berry bush and mulberry bush. Since the weather was so nice, I went ahead and got the cardboard and the mulch put down around them so they can add a little interest to the landscape. I look forward to seeing you back next week for another garden update. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by Dixie Living Homestead.